Hey, good day. This is your boy Robert Brown with the Rob Report on the go. How you doing today? That's what I'm calling this Rob Report on the go because I'm out and about. Again, just strolling, reading the news. I get this New York Times article after I just posted this stuff up about Supreme Court. I'm seeing this article saying Hillary Clinton says nobody likes Bernie Sanders and declined to commit to backing him. Oh, Lord. I told everybody that it's going to be the centric Democrats going against the Republicans. Now, Hillary Clinton. Oh, I'm really pissed off because she got some nerves, some freaking nerves to sit here and complain about Bernie Sanders not doing enough for her to get elected when that man did more meetings, almost triple the meetings she did for Obama. That man crisscrossed the country. She even said it on video. He crisscrossed the country helping her, and I want to thank him. And just because he's not able to get his supporters to support her because they free-thinking individuals, they're not robots, she hates his guts as if he's the reason why she lost. This is why you lost, because nobody likes you. The article say Hillary Clinton says nobody likes Bernie Sanders and declined to commit to back to him. You realize he is the most popular senator in the country, politician in the country. You do realize that. How can you become the most popular in the country, but nobody like you? You are the most unpopular, second only to Donald Trump, but you think everybody in the world loves you. Let me calm down. I got to get out. I got to get to somewhere. The nerves of this lady to make this statement. Now, this is going to be shockwaves throughout the whole thing because now you got you got Joe Biden lying on Bernie Sanders. You got Elizabeth Warren turning back on Bernie Sanders. You got Clinton. Clinton was going to never back him anyway. Clinton did not like the fact that she was challenged. She thought she should just coast to this election. Nobody should challenge her. I know exactly what America needs. Nobody should challenge me. I'll be any Republican. This is my mission. This is my mandate. This is my calling from God to be the first woman president. And it should be handed to me on the silver platter. And because she was forced to fight for it, to earn it, the nerves of you, America is not a theocracy. It is a democracy that you actually had to fight against somebody to get that nomination. And you did everything by hook and crook because you are a hook and a crook. And even after all that, even after all the shaming of his followers, after all of the shaming of his delegates at the convention, after all the crap that you and the people that turned his back on him when he won the state and the delegates decided to go with you after he won the state. Sound cannon, muffling, getting people off the stage that would have vouched for them. Hate Tulsi Gabbard because Tulsi nominated him for president at the convention. Yeah, Tulsi did that. You hate the guy. That man still turned his back on his followers to help you try to get reelected, gave you a platform for you to run on to get reelected, was willing to go with you, not for you, but with you to the Midwest to help you get reelected. You decided you don't want to hang with Bernie. You decided to make corporate Kane, Tim Kaine, your vice president. And you got the nerve to say nobody likes you. No, nobody likes you. She lives in a real bizarro world. She lives in a real backwards world. I mean, I think she's dyslexic. And shout out to my dyslexic people. I love you. But some people just dyslexic in their mind. They're backward thinking. It's opposite day every day. Because the fact of the matter is, nobody likes you. Majority of America don't like. The reason we got Trump is because people who would have voted for a Democrat in 2016 decided not to vote for a Democrat in 2016 because of what you and your party did. Ms. Clinton sharply criticized her former primary revival in the forthcoming documentary series and stood by her comment in the interview with the Hollywood Reporters. Now, here he is on stage with her, campaigning with her, even though it really made his skin crawl. Oh, it made his skin crawl. People talking about Bernie Sanders make my skin crawl. No, you corporatists make your skin crawl. You see how Bernie be, poor Tom Steyer trying to be friends with Bernie, trying to rub up against him. Hey, Bernie. Hey, hi, Bernie. Hi. Bernie like, man, yo, bro, you can't be coming to me. I could talk to you in private, but don't be doing this stuff on stage, man. That's like me hanging out with a Crip and I'm a Blood, man. You trying to get both of us killed. Man, go on. That's how Bernie Sanders is. Well, let's read this. Hillary Clinton, who battled with Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont for months in a 2016 Democratic primary that sometimes turned contentious, ripped into her former... Now, look, Bernie never did anything personal to her. So how did it come contentious? It amazed me when I call you out on your record, that's contention. The nerves of you to talk about my record. Bernie didn't go for the juggler. That's why a lot of people get ticked off on him because he's too kind and too nice and too cordial. Oh, well, nobody want to hear about your name over emails. I do. Ripped into her former campaign revival in a new documentary series and declined to say she would endorse and campaign for him if he were to win the president nomination this time around. Then that would make you a hypocrite. That would make you a fraud, a fake, a fraud, and a part-time bribe. But you already are those things. You already are those things. So you not supporting him, I get it. But guess what? He don't need your support. He don't need your support. He wouldn't even ask you for support. You needed him. Bernie Sanders don't need your support. Bernie Sanders don't need your centrist, Republican-like side of the Democratic Party when he got majority of the middle road to left Democratic side, and he's going to get most of the independents in the general. I guarantee Bernie Sanders can eke out this primary, and they can give him enough protection because I believe these people hate him so much that they're going to do any and everything to remove him. Don't trust the government to shake a lick. King is gone, JFK gone, Robert F. Kennedy gone, because these people threaten the system. Malcolm X gone, Medgar Evers gone. The people who threatened the system got bumped off, and they say our government was behind it, allegedly. So I'm telling you right now, I'm telling y'all, dude, get some protection, because they don't like you. But yeah, you keep kissing they behind. Working hard to get people in the party. And they get mad at you because you can't keep people to stay in the party. And you can't. Anyway, he was in Congress for years. He had one senator supporting him, she said, in the forthcoming 4-part series set to have its premiere at Sundance and air on Hulu beginning March 6th. Nobody likes him. Nobody wants to work with him. He got nothing done. You lying. You didn't get much done. Something for 9/11 and all that. Bernie Sanders was the amendment king. He got more amendments and bills done. Everybody is not designed to pass bills or draw up bills. And even if they do, people like you will shut them down because you don't want to really help people. All you want to do is maintain the status quo. And that's what you, Joe Biden, Trumps, and Mitch McConnell, and Nancy Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer, all you guys want to keep the status quo. He didn't get nothing done. He got more done than you can ever get done, Hillary Clinton. He's won more elections than you won. He even supported your crappy bills. Stood behind you. Nobody likes him. No, nobody likes you. Nobody. That's why Trump in office. Them people say, we hate your guts and we going with Trump and you calling them deplorable. No, we're going to Trump because you're deplorable. You are the deplorable. These people voted for Obama. But because they hate your guts, they decide to go to Trump. That's how bad they hate you, that they would rather go to what they believe is the lesser three. They thought you were the greater evil, and you probably still are the greater evil. We'll probably be in 14, 15 million wars right now. The world will be on fire because of you. Nobody likes him. Nobody wants to work with him. Bernie has done more bipartisan work with Democrats and Republicans. Guess what? Republicans don't want to work with you. I bet you Republicans will work with Bernie Sanders on more issues. Bernie just got a couple things passed with some Republicans and some Democrats. You need to shut up. You just need to shut up. Your has-been, you're washed up, your dreams and goals, gone. Go take care of your grandkids. Stay out of the limelight. Why media, why Hollywood, you keep giving her airplay and airtime? See, I got a feeling, and this has been going out there, that at the last minute, even after winning a few states, March 6th, she'll try to probably get back in the game. Then the Democratic Party is doomed. Nobody likes, nobody want to work. He got nothing done. Get out of here. He was a career politician. It's all just baloney. And I feel so bad that people got sucked into it. No, I feel so bad that Bernie Sanders got a lot of his people to go your way. I feel bad that he actually supported your behind and you're going to do this to him. Crisscross the country on behalf of trying to get you the win. Change the entire DNC platform so you can have something to run on that people are willing to get out and vote for you for, even though they can't stay in your guts. You are offering $15 minimum wage, no cost college, no cost education, no cost healthcare, something to come out for. You are something else. You are something else, lady. Answering the interview with the Hollywood Reporter, and see, this is it. Hollywood elite got to make sure that they protect their shining queen. Oh, Hollywood love to cleanse. They don't like Bernie Sanders. Published on Tuesday that if the assessment still held, she said, yes, it does. So even after all that, now she still thinks the same way about Bernie Sanders. And in response to a question about whether she would endorse and campaign for Mr. Sanders if he were to get the nomination, she said, I'm not going to go there yet. We're still in a very vigorous primary season. And now I could take this as her saying, well, I can't say it. No, it don't matter whether we're in a vigorous primary season. If Bernie Sanders would sit there and say at the beginning of the campaign that whoever wins, I'm going to campaign, despite my supporters. I'm going to encourage my supporters to support her, but I can't control them. For him to say that at the beginning to the end of this thing, to actually going out there campaign, you can say it now. But you're not, because you're a deplorable. You're deplorable. The remark which Ms. Clinton made this month suggested that echoes of the combative campaign between her and Mr. Sanders still reverberates. With less than 2 weeks to go before the 2020 Iowa caucus, as many Democratic voices renew concerns about party unity. Since having a heart attack this fall, Mr. Sanders has gained high-profile endorsements, showing increased strength in the polls and find himself locked in a tight four-way race to win in Iowa. It's not a locked in a tight four-way race. It's, if anything, a two-way race. But this month, a virtual non-aggression pact between Mr. Sanders and Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts, the other leading progressive in the Democratic race. You mean this capitalist? What's so progressive about her? She wanna take it to the financial industry? Progressives don't just focus on the financial industry. But their pact broke down. Now, who said they had a non-aggressive pact? Did anybody see anything showing that they had a written pact that they're not going to go against each other? I knew as soon as things get heated that she was going to turn on him. And I knew the centrist was going to get to her because she kissed up to the centrist and she's too much an opportunist. And I call her late Liz because she's too cautious. But in part of a disagreement, whether Mr. Sanders told Ms. Warren that he did not believe a woman could be elected president. Why would he say that when he just campaigned for this hack who's talking about him like a dog? In recent days, both candidates have sought to de-escalate the tension, but the feud has been so disconcerting to liberal activists and some of their supporters. No, it's not. Most people know Bernie Sanders ain't saying no stupid stuff like that. Asked to weigh in the Warren Sanders dispute in Hollywood Reporter interview, Ms. Clinton called it part of a pattern. Part of a pattern. So she trying to join this narrative. Yeah, this was what Bernie Sanders do. He don't give a crap about women. In other words, I'm going to join in on the smear. I mean, if I could be the chief smearer, I would. But I'll let you guys in the media do that. It's part of the pattern, knowing that Mr. Sanders had criticized her as being unqualified during the 26 primary. There's reason why he said you're unqualified. It's because you're pretty much in investigation. To me, if you're under investigation, you should not be qualified to run for office until you're cleared. But I digress. And Mrs. Clinton, a former senator and Secretary of State, now we can go there. Secretary of State is an important position which she sucked at, controversial, deaths and everything concerning that, and top secret information flying every which way. In her Senate seat, all of a sudden John F. Kennedy Jr. dies out and those seats are available in Westchester County. And that's where she won. Westchester County. A frog, the WB frog, could win. There's nobody of caliber of stature in Westchester County that could have fought up against the Clinton machine. Right now, most Westchester people don't even know who their politicians are. Spoke of a culture around Mr. Sanders. She spoke of a culture around Mr. Sanders' campaign she found troubling. This man culture is a culture, and see, I got to tell the truth, the man is a culture where he's getting people from all across the country to join his campaign. He toppled Obama when it come to campaigning. So much as you talk your yap, Mrs. Clinton, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. It's his leadership team. It's his prominent supporters. It's his online Bernie bros. Here come this crap. You mean the Bernie bros are worse than the correct the record bros that you had with David Brock? What about your prominent supporters? What about your ignorant supporters like Neera Tanden, Robbie Mook? What about them? Karen Finney, what about them? What about your freaking leadership team? David Wasserman Cheatham, watch her, man, she sucks. What about them? Like your team was better than them? No, your team was worse, more conniving, more cunning, more scheming than anybody's. And I really hope people are paying attention to that because it should be worrisome that he has permitted this culture. Shut up, lady. Yeah, I said shut up. Robert, you shouldn't tell a woman shut up. Shut up. I tell a woman, man, boy, girl, shut up when you talk foolishness. Not only permitted she had, but he seems to really be very much supporting it. Where? What are you talking about? I mean, bad enough I call Miss Warren Chief Liar. You are the lying queen. All Disney characters. In a statement on Tuesday responding to Mrs. Clinton's remark, Mr. Sanders said, my focus today is on a monumental moment in American history, the impeachment trial of Donald Trump. Together, we're going forward and defeat the most dangerous president in American history. Now, this is Sanders kissing the behind of the Democratic Party. Sanders, if you know that Trump had a valid reason to look into corruption in Ukraine and Joe Biden have to be part of that corruption, that is his right. And you need to say that. But you won't say that because you need to kiss the behind of the Democratic Party. You don't want to ruffle feathers. You don't want to disqualify yourself in the DNC. You become the bootleg of Tom Perez instead of Tom Perez being the bootleg of you. See, let me tell you something, Trump. You got me hailing Trump for some of the things that he's done. Much as I don't like this guy, the guy made the RNC kiss his behind. He's like, look, I don't care about none of y'all. I'm in the party. You cheat me, I'm running independent. Yeah, I said that. I'm going to siphon votes from you to the point that the person that you hate the most, the Democratic Party and Hillary Clinton, I'll threaten to give her the win because that's really my friend, and that rhymes. Then let you guys just feel like you're going to try to control me. Bernie Sanders need to take a page out of that book and stop kissing up to the Democratic Party. The most dangerous man, dangerous president in American history. Get out of here. Responding on Twitter to criticism of Mrs. Clinton's comment, Nick Merle, a spokesman for Mrs. Clinton, suggested that she had not entirely ruled out the possibility of backing Sanders where he win the Democratic nomination. She said, yet Mr. Merle noted in a reference to Mrs. Clinton's comment, I am not going to go there yet. She has repeatedly made clear that she isn't committing to any candidate as a primary. No, but she can't say whoever it is, I'm supporting. Why she can't say that, Mr. Merle? Because she won't. She only going to support a corporate syndicate. If it's Bernie Sanders, none of them going to support him. Barack Obama ain't going to campaign for him. All of them going to abandon him. And yet he did whatever he can to not abandon. He abandoned his supporters to go support them. But at the end of the day, if he get the nomination, all of them Democrats are going to abandon him. Mark my words, Mark Merle. Over a grueling primary battle through 2015 and 2016, Mrs. Clinton and Mrs. Sanders clashed over policy differences over trade, the war in Iraq, and other issues, and occasionally veered into more personal territory on the campaign trail and in televised debates. Where did Bernie Sanders go personal on Mrs. Clinton? Somebody put it in the comment section. Mrs. Sanders attacked her ties with wealthy donors. That's not personal. That's a fact. It's documented. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's a fact. While Bernie Sanders came down to New York City and got that endorsement from TWU and CWU endorsed Bernie Sanders, he went out there and began to rally at one of their strikes. And here come Wall Street Hillary Clinton, who just did a speech with the executives of Verizon, which had their union busters there in attendance, did a speech and got paid from Verizon for that speech, and then she thinks she's going to come out there and strike with the workers. The nerves of you. They shamed her. She just wanted to seem like she was for the working people. Those are documented facts, including her six-figure speaking fees from Goldman Sachs. Mrs. Clinton pushed back hard, saying he was unable to cite evidence that she was unduly influenced by banks and portraying him as lacking the policy specific. You should not be getting charged for that. If anything, you should be going to those speeches and telling them how they need to do right by their workers. But you choose to get paid. It's conflict of interest. It messes up your qualification to become president when you're going to be kissing the butt of the corporations, yet acting like you're going to do something for the workers and you're not. Mr. Sanders won nearly 13 million votes in the 26 primary. I thought people don't like him. 13 million votes in the 26 primary. 23 states, I believe. And beat her in key states like Michigan. People don't like him. New Hampshire. Wisconsin. He also won more than 1,800 Democratic delegates. He won more than that, but they decided to go with Hillary Clinton. He initially refused to end his campaign in June 26 after Mrs. Clinton secured the nomination by cheating and because he wanted to change the Democratic platform to make it one where everybody will get out and vote for her, even her on. Mrs. Clinton secured the nomination, but eventually endorsed her as the convention neared. Still, many diehard Sanders supporters remain critical. Of course, because most of them are not Democrats and have no reason to vote for Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton got to give them a reason to vote, and Bernie Sanders tried to help her by changing the Democratic platform. In online comments in the interview, Mr. Sanders did not unite them behind her. It is not his job to convince people to 100% vote. He did try to encourage people. He did try to encourage people to support her. But he do understand that you're your own people. I can't tell you. I only can tell you that Trump is dangerous and we need to go with the lesser of two evils. Bernie Sanders is nobody's. He is nobody's God. He's nobody's mommy and daddy. Months later in general election, Mrs. Clinton won the popular vote but lost the electoral college majority to Mr. Trump. Why? Because she didn't run on that platform, number two. Because she picked Tim Kaine as her VP instead of Sanders. Number two. And because she refused to go to the states that mattered with Sanders, she just wanted Sanders to go on his own. She wanted everybody to do all their hard work for her and expecting to get the results. Man, if I could wish I can get somebody to go work out for me, and I can lay at my kitchen table eating cake and still getting muscles. That's what Clinton tried to do. Mrs. Clinton also said that she has spoken with Mrs. Warren. That's what's wrong with everybody she speaks to get tainted. Their polls going to go down and they'll do anything. They literally turn into a miniature Hillary Clinton. Lie, cheat, and steal. She spoke with Mrs. Warren, Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota, particularly everybody who's seeking a Democratic nomination. But according to transcript of the Hollywood Reporter interview, she nodded when the questionnaire suggested that Mrs. Sanders was not part of that. Because Bernie Sanders don't need your advice. And he don't need your endorsement. And he don't need your support. But the nerves of you to say that you're not going to support the Democratic nominee, even if it's Bernie Sanders, after what that man did for you and the sacrifice he made for your behind. I'm done with this, man. Deplorable, despicable, disgusting Hillary Clinton. I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report. I'll let you later. Peace.